I don't know if the solicitor received anything from this attorney or not yet.
From who?
From Tunnel Ridge LLC?
I don't recall receiving anything.
Okay.
No, but there's some other information that came to
Yeah.
our attention, so that we might be going a different direction.
Oh, okay,
I have a call into Evan, so,
okay,
so,
just hold on.
Yeah, just hang out until we talk to Evan.
yeah,
Okay.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, they
So-
might be able to go around the pump.
Yeah, they might have an option to avoid the pump altogether.
Oh, okay,
So, but
All right.
it's a West Virginia issue first. so-
oh,
But, yeah, yep. So,
Okay.
thank you.
and, the other item, I did notice there was back further, I think it was item 24, there's a partial payment, before.
The Jansen Road,
For Jansen Road,
yeah, let's see.
and,
You wanna address it now, we can.
yeah, that's fine,
This one?
Yeah, that's. So they sent that in.
yeah, partial payment for 32,661. This came from County Conservation.
Yeah, there's,
Okay, so they approved, okay, so you got payment for the pay request that went in.
well, it's on, the pay request that went in there was for this. The 47.
Let me get the Jansen Road follow-up. Is this estimate number one?
Yeah, if you look under, yeah, grab that. And that's, yeah, it has the electrician's bill and then 2 Senate bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our bills went in,
The electrician's bills.
and then, well, the contractors. For 16,356.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 16. So the pay estimate went in consisted of all 3 of these invoices. And they're saying they add up to, or we were saying they added up to 47,811. And they're saying they're paying, oh, they're withholding 30%, that's why it's 32.
So we read it, we didn't know.
Yeah, they're withholding 30% until satisfactory. This is the first payment.
Okay.
It's almost like a retainage. They'll start paying that off as the project moves ahead
Mhm.
further, so.
And this is Jensen Road we're talking about?
Yes.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. So this goes directly to you, and then you guys pay 30% on each one of these.
You mean minus 30%.
Yeah, minus
Okay.
30%.
Yeah, we'd love to pay you 30%.
Yeah.
On each one of these invoices.
Somebody hurry up and second that motion.
Yeah.
That's our reading.
Okay.
So if you want to make a motion to pay estimate number 1 less 30%. We don't even have to say 3
Yeah,
different invoices.
just estimate number 1. On
Less-
the
On
Jensen Road project,
project.
Less 30%.
less 30%.
Correct.
Okay.
I didn't know they held.
That's your recommendation?
Yeah,
Okay, so make a motion to make that payment less 30% based upon the recommendation of the township engineer. That should be good.
and I'll put the file back together.
Okay. So I will make a motion to pay estimate number 1 less than 30% on Jansen Road project based upon the engineer's recommendation.
Okay, we need a second.
I'll second that.
Questions?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
I vote yes. Doug?
Yes.
Eddie?
Yep. Look at that. Unity.
Yeah, you gave me that dry ridge too. And the last item is the storage building. I know there was, and it's been crazy, so, but apparently the Blair Construction was out last week doing some things. I think Ed said they know one door was fixed, but we don't know about some of the other items, so as soon as someone can get on and take a look at them, then we can finalize that project and get them their last, I think we'll just hold retainage on them right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Is there any way we could make a motion to do it upon the inspection? So they don't, I'm just asking her.
Oh, certainly, I was gonna ask, do we have a punch list of what has to be done yet?
there's a defined punch list.
I believe
Should you go
that's
next?
the list that we.
There's a few items that are just really comments, but,
So basically,
This is number one.
you can, if you wanna make a motion to make final payment on the new equipment storage building shell project, subject to the punch list being completed.
Would, can I just interject?
Sure.
Wouldn't that be subject to the punch list and, because I talked to Doug Trevovich, and he said he would go do the final inspection on it for the beats.
I wasn't done.
Sorry.
Who's Doug Trevovich, he's the inspector?
He was he had the project, he's no longer, but he's finishing all his projects.
All right, subject to the punch list being completed. Point two, to the satisfaction of the building code inspector, Doug Trevovich. 3, subject to the satisfaction of the township engineer. Thank you.
Yeah. this was mine.
Somebody wanna make that motion?
I will make the motion.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Questions? How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
I vote yes. Doug?
Yeah.
Eddie?
Sure. Fire department. Are you done?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I think that's all we had, because I
Is that-
took care of everything on the
Okay.
agenda. Yeah.
okay,
Good night, sir.
thank you.
That-
Good night.
Good night.
Fire department.
In January,
Lucky dog.
we answered a total of 31 calls. Pre-incident value of property that was on fire was $19,000. We had losses of $500. We gave mutual aid 9 times, received mutual aid 7 times. Our average dispatch to arrival time was 10 minutes and 28 seconds for all calls. Those calls, we had 1 passenger vehicle fire, 2 road freighter transport vehicle fires, 15 EMS calls, 1 crash with injuries, 2 crashes without injuries, 1 hazardous condition, 1 hazardous material spill, 2 standbys, 1 dispatch and cancel en route, 1 false alarm due to a malfunction, 1 CO detector activation due to malfunction, 1 smoke detector activation unintentional, and 1 flood assessment. On those calls, we utilized a total of 305, almost 306 man hours. We have received verbal commitment from the Claysville Sportsman's Club to support the Three Ridges Sports Live Festival at $2,500. So that's again, if the Board of Supervisors were entertained, providing the other $2,500 that we're gonna need to get that thing.
I'll move that we contribute $2,500 from Act 13 Culture Recreation for,
I was actually gonna check with the other sportsman's club and see if they'd do the other 2,500.
well, if they do, we can withdraw it back. You need to schedule.
Yeah,
Payment.
we've got to cancel some things if we're not gonna have it, I guess is the, kind of the point.
There's a motion on the floor, I'm sorry, you have to
Yeah.
ask for a second to that motion.
Give me a second.
I'll second it.
All right, we got a motion. What was your motion?
To contribute $2,500
Out of fact,
of Act 13 under culture and recreation.
For what purpose, I'm sorry?
Culture and recreation.
No, but you have to mention,
The Three River.
Three Bridges
Yeah.
Festival.
okay, I'm sorry, that's what you're saying, you have to have that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Questions?
What other sportsman's club were you gonna contact?
Say again?
What other sportsman's club were you?
Meadow-
The Meadowlands.
Meadowlands.
I was gonna try them.
Thought maybe they'd,
I was gonna tell them that the Claysville is showing them up and see if they want to.
Tell them Claysville gave
Whatever it takes.
5,000.
Whatever it takes.
They said sportsman club to
did
the
they, or
name of the
did,
event.
well, I'm thinking, did you send that letter?
I did, last Wednesday it got mailed.
You, Thorm's the one that put it up.
Yeah, I just talked to him about it, told him we sent the letter out, so.
All right, vote.
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes, the Meadowlands that come through.
I abstain, Doug,
Yes.
Ed.
No.
Tammy, you're abstaining because of an ethic problem, or because you just don't want to vote on the issue?
Because we did the fireworks at the event.
Okay, all right, so you abstain possible ethics, okay.
Correct.
So you have to fill out that form?
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
How much are the fireworks? Or can you not say?
Well, that wouldn't be right.
No,
Well, if we could find a sponsor for the fireworks, I guess was
We're looking for another $1,000 on top of the 5,000.
I
To
could get you
cover- to cover the
$1,000. I could
entertainment.
get you a sponsor for the fireworks, or whatever.
Yeah,
For the
it's,
other-
it's another 1,000 on top of the 5,000, that's what we're gonna be seeking. Is
I can get you a sponsor for the fireworks, I think.
All right. How, did that pass?
yeah, it's 301, oh wait, 311.
Okay. Fire marshal?
Done with fire department, yeah, move on to fire marshal. Had one fire investigation in January, it was an accidental fire at a structure. And I've done some more research into the fire plans examiner certification through Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry. Depending on whether, I guess, I don't know if the township, and Doug, maybe you recall, is the township a member of the ICC?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because there's two different prices, because I would have to become a member of the ICC, buy the books, and then pay for the test. And the total to get certified through Labor and Industry would be $734.50. And that would not require travel with that either, so that would be total cost.
What is this for?
Fire plans examiner,
What we discussed.
Uh.
And I'm gonna add something, just, because I know we talked about it with that fire marshal. The fireworks bill, I'm trying to remember what kind of case it is, but Phantom they're fighting the state on the whole entire budget to remove, you know what I mean? So there's issues on the fireworks bill, part of the fire marshal ordinance, so.
Well, if we hold up on that portion of that until that's resolved, and then we can do it one shot.
Mhm.
yeah, because that hasn't, your verbiage on that has not changed yet.
No.
Right.
Right, but it's in court and they're trying, they filed a big case.
Yeah, that could take years though.
I know.
I mean, I don't know what it truly affects, I would have to think about it. It doesn't affect a whole lot at this point in time of the year.
No,
But the law is what the law is. if we come up on June 1st and things gotta open and you gotta start issuing permits, then you have to follow the law that as it currently is on the books,
Right.
whether or not there's a challenge to that or not.
Correct.
But we have some months until that happens, so.
Do this,
Are you,
That's it?
that's it, okay. Thank you. Office and water.
we're good, well, we're doing good, I mean, Sharon's busy. The last month, we've spent a lot of man hours. It appears that all of the electric bills, had, is it
They've
electric?
been, yeah, the electric bills were switched to a third-party supplier, therefore we were paying a lot more than we should have, so we got that removed, and we were working on getting the taxes removed from that.
Right. It appears that we were paying sales tax on Comcast, most of the electric, the gas had sales tax. We had sales tax on the Verizon accounts, on all of the dialers, and there happened to be, for some reason, we were paying for 7 phone lines when we only have 5.
So are you filing the claim with the state for a return? Overpaid sales tax?
Well, we've asked, we don't know if we'll get it.
There's forms, I mean, you fill
Yes,
out forms.
that's what
Okay.
we're still working on, trying to figure out how much that is. It's several years' worth that we've paid. So, water, he's working on everything. He's given us some information that I would like to talk about when we get to the LSA projects, about all the pumps and everything. Other than that, we're good.
I've got a couple of questions. Looking at the receipts for the month, I don't see any receipts for the fitness center.
What?
Fitness center
Alright.
rent. You don't have to check it now, but just
okay.
you can look into it.
I will check,
Let me
yes.
know. I noticed that we have new keypads on the doors. Somebody want to explain what that's all about? What do they do? Where did they come from? Who installed them?
They were donated?
Okay, who donated them?
I don't know, they were donated,
They showed up here one day?
yep.
Isn't that nice? So Michael, do you donate them?
Oh, man, I would not use a police keypad.
I don't know. What's it do?
They have, they have a number, so Sharon has a number, and, the supervisor that takes care of the office has a number.
How does anybody else have access? Or they don't have access?
They don't right now.
Is that, and I thought
So Doug's the supervisor and you can't even get to the office?
what was the name of the other, Chris Berman sat here,
Wow.
told you you couldn't regulate that without a policy in place. Now, somebody installed locks on the doors, not that I want in there, because I don't want in there. But the point is, and speaking with PSAS, I spoke with their council, and they said, whatever one supervisor has access to, then they all have access, they should all have access to it. You can't differentiate and discriminate against one or the other. I'd like to know who authorized the installation of a keypad that prevents supervisors from having access.
Am I not the supervisor over the office?
Answer my question, who authorized you to do that?
I did. Is that what you want to know? I'll say it.
You under
I
what
told you to put it
authority?
on.
Under what authority? Who put them on? And you don't know for the record who donated them.
They were given to me to bring in from somebody that wants to remain anonymous.
I want to know, as a supervisor of this township, who donated these to the township. If you know, I
I
want
don't
to
know
know.
I don't know who gave them to the person.
Well, put them in your hands. Who put them in your hands?
My son,
Aha.
that he was given.
Aha.
Is a keypad a lock, is that a lock?
It's a locking mechanism, it locks the rest of the
Yeah,
supervisors
pretty much
out.
for us.
No, if they want a code, they need to give me a code, and we'll give them a code.
Well, now we have access.
What other shenanigans are going on down here?
Why don't you, again, I don't know what a keypad is from our perspective. Again, it's.
Well, here, you wanna walk right around that corner?
It's all right, I trust you.
No, you don't.
I don't like to see keypad is, I assume it's like a lock, push a button or something to get in.
The keys that we have for this township works on one day, the next day, they don't work, you might as well have the keys.
Why don't you make, I think everyone should have, everyone should have a key. How many locks do we have? Keypad locks?
There's one keypad on there, and you put your code in, and then it opens the
Just for
door.
that door over there?
And the police have
said-
one on their door.
Well, the police should have only access to themselves.
Yeah, for
Okay.
years.
Isn't there security on the door here where nobody can get through anyways to get in the office without it being a supervisor or employee?
I was gonna say, I thought the keypad was there, like,
Yes, a house of
I
keypad
don't
show
know,
up on the
no.
office door
This
and
one
all
up
the
here is-
supervisors
Yeah.
have
All right, one
access.
sec, why don't you, I don't know how to work
Some
this.
keys weren't turned in, so we
What's that?
weren't, some key, I was
Running a
informed that
show.
some keys were not turned in.
All right,
So
so just
turn the
provide,
key in.
I don't know, I was just said,
why don't you make a motion to, that'll be a motion. Make sure everyone has what you call a,
She has to be the whole
what you
back.
call
a
a
code.
code.
right.
To make sure everyone has, off the code to everyone here, except the police department.
Does
I don't know.
does the key cash, does my key card for this over here still work?
Key-
Yeah.
I've not tried it.
Should.
That-
Should, I don't have access to that.
We need
I
a, why,
should.
why don't you have access? You're running the office.
I don't go in there and get into that.
All right, so make sure it has a code to the keypad. There's one key, there's two keypads, police department and the secretary's office. Anywhere else?
I don't think we can have one to the police. I don't know.
No,
we
police,
said
no,
that-
the code doesn't,
Yeah.
the code stays with police. Okay, make sure it has it, okay.
I
what's
don't
that?
need an office beard.
I don't want one.
All right, moving on. Planning commission,
We didn't have enough to have a quorum, so we did not.
police department.
Yes, sir. For the month of January 2018, we responded to 253 events, 118 calls for service. Those calls for service included 7 business alarms, an animal complaint, 1 assist, 24 business checks, 2 check well-beings, 3 civil complaints, a disturbance, 4 disabled vehicles, 1 domestic, 1 roadside down, 7 medicals, 1 missing person, 1 overdose, 3 parking violations, 1 PFA service, 1 found property, 5 road hazards, and 8 suspicious persons / activities. We initiated criminal investigations on 1 harassment, 2 separate cases of drug possession, 3 thefts, 1 recklessly endangering another person, and 1 unauthorized use. Property loss for the month of January was approximately $6,002, and the property recovered was approximately $6,000. In January, officers conducted approximately 24 traffic stops, investigated 6 traffic accidents. They issued 4 traffic citations, 2 non-traffic citations, and filed 5 criminal complaints. In addition, 3 arrest warrants were served. January, officers patrolled approximately 4,104 miles and used approximately 200 gallons of gas in combination with our contractors. Code enforcement we covered. The fines are listed on the report is collected from the magistrate's office. We reviewed the contract revisions with Claysville Borough regarding their contracting and police services in 2018. The changes appear as agreed, and you guys should have a copy of the contract for your review. Let's see, the speed sign. What's it?
I just haven't, that's, that can be solid. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sure you-
So the speed sign on Hicks Road, that was that sign down. That was reported to the road crew through Mr. Smith. We've had complaints regarding the traffic on Old National and Waynesburg Road in regards to Tunnel Ridge. There were only a couple complaints. We've been watching it. We've actually had a couple stops for minor violations, but really nothing notable. We've had repeated contacts with Columbia Gas Trans Canada regarding use of Cunningham Road. We've advised them that they need permits prior to their use of the road. As always, the Claysville and Buffalo contractor attached to the report, and that's all I have.
I've got a couple questions. or one question is a request. Again, every so often I do ask for the crew look for street lights that aren't working.
We have 3 so far.
Okay, there's been one corner of Maine and Liberty's been out for about 3 months. Do we have any police officers, I'm gonna ask the same question at the road department. Do we have police officers that are volunteering to resign? Not being paid, not being paid for hours work?
No, sir, when the officers put in their slips, they're paid.
All officers being paid for hours work,
Including you.
including you.
I'm a salaried police, yes, sir.
He's exempt on his fairly standard side.
You're not, we pay you time and a half, comp time, don't we? For anything over 40.
For certain, no, not for
Certain?
anything over 40 years. But as an example, these meetings, I've never been paid.
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't, that wouldn't, I
And-
mean, that doesn't change the comp time then,
It-
the meeting time.
No, I don't put in
Okay.
for, no, sir. That's
I was
correct.
gonna ask, I don't know.
Yes, sir.
We don't have any road guys volunteering, do we? Okay. But, you know, if somebody said we had employees that were volunteering their time, I wanna make sure that's not the case, because lawfully, they can't do it. Not do the same job. These smiling,
Yeah, fairly
Fair Labor Standard Act dealing with public employees.
What's it, Fair Labor Standard Act says basically an employee, I just had this issue today for somebody else,
For public employees?
for a public employee.
Okay.
And basically, if, first, the frontline supervisor, like chief,
Yeah.
normally don't get paid, but they're exempt.
Yeah, of course.
And everyone else, from my perspective, should be getting paid
Right.
for time work.
That's correct.
In fact, there's a situation, we have a roundup rule, I don't know whether that's in your information there, a roundup, round down rule, in terms of people, how much you get and how much you not. So you have to be careful about that.
No, they're not addressing that here.
I have a question for the chief.
Yeah.
Chief, at the bottom of, out here on 40, as you go down to the bottom of the hill right here, where is that, Summer Street turns off, is right? There's a sign there that says, I believe it says resume speed or resume posted speed.
There are signs all over the village, so that were just erected, as far as I can tell, without
No,
just
this-
a will.
I remember this when I was a kid.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But a lot of these signs have no, the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit sign on your road.
Yeah.
It's not enforcement, it's just a sign that somebody put on.
Well, this is a regular, it looks like a regular Pennsylvania sign.
You're talking at the bottom of Tunnel Street.
I mean, as you come down the hill, you come in 45, and you start down.
Oh, you're talking about out
On 40.
On 40, that's
I'm
what I
sorry,
said.
that was my
Before you
mistake.
get to Tunnel Street, it's like that.
It's-
On the right hand side. This sign says something to the effect, resume,
Reduced speed.
no, it says
It's
resume
resumed.
speed.
Oh,
No.
resumed.
Resume posted.
Oh, because
speed.
it was 45 and now it's up to.
It was 55, yeah,
Yeah.
it goes back up to 55, correct?
Yes, sir.
All the way to Claysville.
No.
Yeah, it does.
What's the
yeah.
problem?
Pardon?
What was the question?
Drops to 35.
Yeah, it drops to 35 up by,
Well, yeah, I'm
Between,
sorry,
yeah.
yeah, just before the reservoir top track.
yes,
But all the way to that point is 55, correct?
I mean, to my, yes.
From that sign to where it says you can reach speed 35, it is 55 cents.
Yes, sir.
And there used to be a sign on the other side of the road that said the same thing, but it's gone.
Okay.
I think
It's
it was
a
taken
state
down.
road.
Well,
Yeah, we'll have
That's a state road, right?
yes, they're both state roads, it's a state road, yeah. But I just wondered,
We don't
because
do
I've
the
always been
sign.
curious, does everybody know if that's 55 through there? You know, do all your folks know that that's, you can run 55 up through
My
there?
officers, yes, sir. In fact, it's been brought up in court. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
okay, that's all I have.
You got anything else? Moving on, road department. Been a fun month, hasn't it? We had some issues on Waynesburg Road. I really think everything's all right there now. Tunnel Ridge is they. Spotted us 4 loads of stone, and they've really been pretty good to work with. They've kind of held up their end. The new truck is dirty already, which is a good thing because we have a truck in the shop right now. They said it might be done tomorrow. We needed, I don't know, I guess this is included in the road because they work out of that building. We need to look at sealing the roof on the old township building. We would like to get, we talked about this last month, I think, a camera for the road crew, the bonding and all that. It's,
Still relevant with the $500.
yeah, yeah. Okay, on 2/15, I declared an emergency in the township because we had just a stinking mess going on. And as of, we'll keep it going for 2 more minutes. At 8:30 tonight, we will lift the emergency. Praise the Lord, He seen fit to let the rain go around us over the weekend. So,
And you declared an official emergency under the law?
yes.
Okay, well, we have to, this board needs to ratify that decision.
You can make a motion to ratify the declaration of emergency
I
issue.
didn't see it on the agenda, that's why.
We can,
It's a different, is there a motion to authorize, to reaffirm the declaration of emergency issued by the township chairman on what, 2/15?
I'll move that.
Second.
Discussion. Vote.
Mike,
yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
I vote yes. Doug,
Yes.
Ed,
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go on with my meeting, okay. Where are we? Declared emergency. Okay, met with Troy Smith from PennDOT and some other people. There was Troy, Martin, and
The guy from Cameron.
Tracy or something like
Cameron
that.
bought a lot of.
Yeah, and the guy from Cameron Bartolotta's office about Jonathan Plance's